So BTS just announced they are not making any submissions to the Grammy this year and they are not attending either. The immediate reactions from ARMYs were, "They're so savage for rejecting the Grammys," as if the group hasn't been chasing a Grammy most of their career.
All right, you all have had so many accomplishments. What do you think is your biggest goal for 2020?
2020's newest, maybe the main goal would be, of course, our new album. We've been practicing, been shooting videos, and of course, the tour. The United States tour, Europe, Asia, everywhere. So it's a tour, an album, maybe, and next year, if we would be nominated then here in Grammys, and it would be the greatest goal.
Awesome.
This is not all that was said, but I'm just summarizing the main posts I've seen. The Grammys do in fact have a history of being prejudiced, that is true. Since its inception, they have gone through lengths just so they don't have to award and recognize people just as African Americans. The Grammys have had so many more problems like not appropriately crediting and awarding songwriters. But the categories for music aren't something new. There are categories for numerous genres, including Latin music. There's no doubt that there is a huge music market in Latin America, however, the music there is completely invisible to the United States. In America, rarely will you see songs that are not in English being used for commercials, radio stations, references, and so on. They're not going to chart either unless it happens to go viral or if it's a huge Latino artist behind the music. The Grammys is an American award show first and foremost. It will not go out of its way to recognize foreign music for the sake of progression when it's not impactful in the country. There is no reason why the Grammys are obligated to recognize BTS or any foreign artist in their main category if they're not making waves in the United States. For example, Bad Bunny's latest album was an immense success in the United States. It didn't chart because his fanbase came together to stream and bulk buy albums. It charted due to its success in the general public and cultural impact. Before the Super Bowl, I hadn't listened to Bad Bunny's album at all. I had mentioned to someone I was confused why it was so popular and how it got nominated for Album of the Year. My friend told me to just listen to the album, and that's when I understood. From the album cover to the lyrics and production, this album was flawless. Now, this is not to say that BTS doesn't do that or can't do that. Saying BTS are flops and unpopular is simply not true. They can tour all over the US and sell out shows. This is to demonstrate that what differentiates Bad Bunny from being nominated in the main categories and not BTS is, Bad Bunny's music is culturally relevant in the home country of the Grammys. ARMYs and other K-pop fans are making the Asian pop category look like a box to keep foreign Asian artists from being recognized in the same category as Western artists. First of all, do you genuinely think any Asian artist could compete for the limited nomination spots against Adele, Taylor Swift, Beyoncé, Kendrick Lamar, Bruno Mars, and more? Why should the Grammys aim to represent everyone equally when even K-pop award shows don't do the same? In the awards shows like MAMA, MMA, and the Asian Artist Awards, why are only K-pop artists and Korean actors recognized in the main categories? The in the acronym stands for Asia, not Korea, but only Korean artists are awarded in the main categories. It makes sense since it's organized by a Korean-based company. Sounds familiar. But then where do other Asian artists get to win awards? Of course, in the categories labeled as Asia or Global to box them from the main important awards but still give them some recognition. If the Grammys did not want to recognize K-pop and other Asian artists at all, they won't. They're not going to fall to the pressure of K-pop fans, not like they have to the American audience. The Grammys do not need BTS. They won't be missed in a room full of people much bigger than them. Their viewership over the years BTS attended didn't even spike up in numbers, so you can't say they used them for views. Oh, but their most viewed performance was BTS's. So? Just how integral do you think having high YouTube views is to the Grammys? It doesn't make a difference to them. Rihanna and Eminem had the most viewed performance in the VMAs history. If you think there's a point to make for bringing them up, there isn't. That's how it sounds whenever an ARMY brings that up. Their performance having the most views on YouTube is completely irrelevant. First of all, these events want the viewership and ratings because that's what brings them the big bucks and keeps them relevant. You want to know what doesn't get them that? YouTube views. The Grammys is not Coachella. It doesn't have hundreds of thousands of people paying for expensive tickets or sponsors paying to put up their tent to promote products. It doesn't work like that. The Grammys didn't create this new category just for or because of BTS. I've seen fans swear up and down that they created this category just for BTS because of their new album, completely ignoring how APT and K-pop Demon Hunter were nominated in the main categories and K-pop Demon Hunters won a Grammy. You think that after having 2 K-pop songs as contenders for Song of the Year had no influence in creating this new category and only BTS did, then you're insane. And ARMYs are still downplaying that achievement by saying the Grammy for K-pop Demon Hunters was just for the film section, as if it makes the win less significant. As if it erases the history it's created for K-pop. And they also hit you with the, oh, but BTS was also nominated in the main categories. Yeah, for a collaboration. They were nominated by association to Coldplay, and even then it wasn't their collaboration that got nominated, it was the album which had multiple other artist features such as Selena Gomez. All of the features are nominated, that's the rule. It's not even a direct nomination for BTS's music. This is ridiculous. I don't even think that BTS saying they're going to opt out of submitting to be a problem, it's their fans. They want to always rewrite history, act like they have a moral high ground, and use hate as a way to uplift their faves. They act like BTS are heroes for this. Then why didn't they boycott the Grammys in 2019? Why didn't they boycott the Grammys in 2021 after Tyler, the creator, spoke out about the racism in the Recording Academy back in 2020? They don't care about the cause, they care about themselves. They're not doing this to speak out for other Asian artists, they're doing this because their egos have been bruised. Now, whoever does submit to the new category will instantly get attacked by ARMYs. The submission deadline hasn't even started, and they're already calling anyone who submits and is nominated a sellout. The inclusion of ARMYs in the Grammy discussion space had only made it even more toxic.